Hello. Oh, we're recording. Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine Skywater. So first things first, thank you so much for 1k on Instagram. I don't know how or why I've received so many followers and messages, and just thank you so much for your support. So I hit 1k this morning and I thought I'm gonna do a YouTube video. I put up a poll and I was like, would you guys like to see this? Is it something you'd want me to do? And I had very positive feedback about it. So I'm coming to you today with a video of looking for a new horse. As most of you may know, I feel like Red would benefit from having a companion. I am also looking at getting more experienced and growing my knowledge with dressage, and maybe moving on to more cross country. Red is very good at show jumping, but he's not really an all-rounder eventing horse. So I'm going to try and look around for some horses like that today, and I'm going to share my experiences with you. I was having a little look around online about a week ago. I've been thinking about getting a new horse for quite some time, and a lovely lady in Valedale popped up with a beautiful Trakenir cross thoroughbred. He's exactly the same breed as Red, a bit smaller. He's 16.2 hands high, and he is a dressage master. He's 15 years old, so he's kind of at the peak of his competitive levels, and that's kind of perfect for me because I'm not really looking for a really competitive horse that I can compete dressage in. I'm just looking for something that I can grow my knowledge on and sort of just get to know dressage a bit, because I'm not that comfortable with it. He was already tacked up, which kind of makes me wonder, were they hiding something? Was he kind of not very good being saddled? He let me mount very well. As you can see here, he's very sound. The leg thing doesn't seem to be bothering him. You can kind of notice it in trot. He's a little bit, it's the white leg at the back. He's not really putting his weight on it that much, which I think could potentially become a problem in the future. Obviously, I'm just one person. I'm only 20. I can't really be taking on a horse that could potentially have health issues in the future. Other than this, he moved very beautifully and he was very friendly and willing to work with me. He had some beautiful movements. He was very calm. He just had a really nice feel to him. And I think potentially he could be good for me, but I'm not really 100% about him just yet. So up next, I went to visit a lovely lady in Golden Leaf Stables, and they had a 8-year-old Pinto Arabian who was absolutely breathtaking to look at. He had the most beautiful markings, and she said that he was really good for cross country. They're rehoming him because they don't really want to be on the cross country side of things. They're more dressage, and they don't feel like they can bring out his full potential as somebody that wants to do cross country and all rounding on. I went ahead and started grooming him and saddling him up, and he was very, very good actually. He was a little wriggly when it came to the bit. He wasn't too comfortable with putting the bit in his mouth, but that's not a problem. I don't blame him. Not a lot of horses do appreciate something going in their mouth. He was very, very comfortable actually. He was a bit springy for my liking. You can see that he's very green, he's very bouncy. That's probably just an Arabian thing. They like to hold themselves very nicely. She let me take him out around the cross-country track, and I must say he jumped beautifully. He was so comfortable, and he just had such a big heart for cross-country. But I do want to learn dressage as well, so I don't think I'm the home for him. He needs somebody that can just do cross-country and nothing else. Next up was a 12-year-old stallion Frisian from Jorvik Stables. So I headed on over and I spoke to a lovely lady there who runs the stables, and this horse was absolutely stunning. He just had everything. He was more for dressage, so I wouldn't be able to do show jumping or cross country on him at all. They also let me groom and tack him up, so I went ahead and did that, and he stood beautifully. He wasn't bothered by anything. He seems like he could be just an incredible dressage horse, but I think maybe he is a bit too much horse for me. He holds himself incredibly well. He would be perfect for me, really. But I think he needed somebody that can take him further in dressage. So I just don't think I can fulfill this horse as much as he needs. He needs somebody that's going to take him onto dressage and nothing else, because he excels in it, and I don't know anything about dressage, so he is too much for me. A few days went by and I'd pretty much almost given up on getting a horse. I was just going to wait for the right one to come along rather than try and find one, because I wasn't really having much success. But then I received a message from Clover Rescues on Instagram. They reached out to me because they had just rescued 4 warm bloods and they knew that I was looking for a new horse. And I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this picture of a horse named Fox. So I went on over to South Hoof, where they had been dumped apparently. Well, they were trying to sell them at auction and they weren't getting a high enough bidding. So these horses were sadly dumped at this rescue, and unfortunately the girls weren't there. So I spoke to somebody called Jonas and he told me a little insight on Fox. I headed on over to the field where Fox was being pastured at the moment, and he looked up and he walked right over and introduced himself. He just has such a curious, cheeky looking face. He is so inquisitive and curious about what you're doing, and he was very willing to meet me, which was amazing to say this poor thing had just been dumped. So Jonas said that I could do some join up with him to see if this is the right horse for me, to see whether we have a connection, because horsemanship is very important to me and Clover Rescues. So we went into the rounding pen and we started join up, and he was just so ridiculously focused. He was chewing and licking instantly. He was showing signs of joining up very, very quickly, and he joined up with me, and it was just love at first sight. And he's so curious, like I said, and cheeky, and he just has this incredible, lovable thing about him, and I couldn't turn this offer away. Like, the fact that they would trust me with one of their children that they've just rescued was such a privilege, and he was just absolutely breathtaking to look at. His markings were just incredible. He is such a beautiful horse inside and out, and I am happy to announce that I have reserved Fox. They are going to work with him. I wasn't actually able to ride him because he has just been rescued, so he is very skinny. They need to work on him, build up his muscle, make sure that he's sound and everything like that. Over the next few weeks, they are going to work on Fox. They're going to make sure that he isn't lame or anything like that. They're going to make sure that he is suitable and ready to go to a new home. I'm hoping everything works out and everything is fine and he is ready to come home, hopefully at the beginning of March. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm very excited to carry on doing videos and share sort of my progress with Fox and what I continue to do with Red. And yeah, just thank you so much again for 1k. I can't believe it. And I hope to see you guys around on this channel more. And yeah, this is just so exciting. So thank you so much for watching. And I hope this wasn't awful. Bye.